Oh, here we are.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
hello everyone, and hello Sayeed. I hope everyone is
Is,
enjoying their day. And it's again Thursday, and
is everything
we are
okay?
meeting.
Is everything okay? Light conditions here?
Yeah, all good, all good.
Okay, that's fine. So, hello to everybody, whoever has joined, and
I think
very good morning.
there is uh, some screen coming up over your head. I don't know why.
Uh, yeah, I know. I don't know.
मैं कब अच्छा हूँ पारस?
There's some new features or something like that. I don't know. We don't know these things.
All right. So
Okay.
we are going to discuss a new topic today. Uh, and it's a very essential topic. Reason being, it's something through which we go through. All of us have gone through some point of time,
Mm.
right? And we all want to achieve success in life. And this thing that we are going to talk about is an inevitable part of that success, right?
Yeah.
And so we are going to talk about failure, how you can handle failure like a pro, right? So how you can convert your setbacks to stepping stone of your success or life. So Said, my first question to you is, uh, how important failures are in life or in success?
Well, thank you, Arif. Thanks for asking this. And once again, very good evening to all the people who have joined. And yeah, let's start with this. Like, uh, see, failure is not the opposite of success. I mean, that's a solid misconception people carry, right? So it's not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Okay. So as we grow up, so many times we fall, but we get up. So failure is part of the process. It's part of the growing up. It's part of the package. Whatever success people have, that success includes a lot of failures. That has to sink in first. Okay. Then, if a person says I haven't failed, that means he hasn't tried. He's never tried nothing. So if you have not tried anything, that means you have done nothing. So if you don't try, you don't grow. You don't learn. I mean, there is nothing. So you're hampering your own growth. So that's why failures are very important in life, because you will face failures when you keep trying, and especially try something that is beyond your domain, beyond your capacity, or beyond your normal routine. You try something new, you try something innovative. So this is the fuel that required to keep you going. So that's very important in life.
So thank you for sharing that, Said. And as you were saying, so something came into my mind that at times people want to uh, walk on the road which is already paved, which is already known, and it's very uncomfortable when they have to take initiatives and when they have to choose a path which is unknown. And when we are into that habit of moving only into the knowns, we don't grow, we don't develop, right? So
Yeah.
we,
Yeah.
we need to be moving to the uncomfortable areas as well. So my second question to you is, uh, if failure is so important that so many successful people, the researchers like Edison, the story is commonly known, who said that he failed 999 times and 1,000 times he got success to
Yeah.
light a bulb. When failure is so important, why do people feel fear when it comes to failure or fear of failure?
Well, the thing is, first thing is that people see failure as a loss, a total loss. Okay. If I fail, there is a loss. So you're focusing on the loss. But the fact is, it is never a total loss. The failure doesn't leave you the way it found you. Okay, it leaves you with some insights, some knowledge, some experience. Okay, there is some learning in it. Okay, so by end of it, you are now experienced because you have experienced a failure. You know how it fails, what makes it a failure. So you know it now. So the next time that you're going to do, you're not going to do that. So you have become a better person, isn't it? You have become
True.
more talented, more this. So first, stop seeing it as a total failure. That is the problem. And the problem number two is that failure is people seeing it as a barrier for growth. If I fail, that I will not be able to do this. I will not be able to. But it's the other way around actually. The more you try, the more you fail. That means the more you learn, the more you grow. Okay. So it's gone out of the olden days, like in our father's time, people used to graduate from school, college, and then they used to find one government job and they retire in that job. But today, that doesn't work. There is every day you need to learn something. Every day you need, because what technology is there today, tomorrow it may not be there. The change is imperative and it's always there. So you need to be keep learning, trying new things in order to be ready for the tomorrow. Which means there are going to be setbacks, there are going to be failures. So don't see it as a barrier rather than see it as a learning process. And last but not the least, I think people are most worried about not the failure itself actually. What they are worried about is what people will say. If I fail, what my boss will say, what society will say, what my family will say, what tag I will be attached to. Okay, this is what people are worried about. Shift that focus. That is so important. So these are the factors that people make people worry about it, about the failure itself. They make a monster.
So that's true, Saeed. I understand because I carry, one of the failures of my life, which was my first failure. So I failed in my seventh class, right? So I'm saying it here on this platform, right? And
Yeah.
it was so dreadful for me that I was wishing that something would happen to me and I should not reach home with that news.
Mhm.
It was so difficult for me uh, just to break that news to my family because it was built into the system that failure is like it's a big uh, big thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that system during that is school, the schooling system, it feeds us that we cannot fail ever, right? And I feel now that when I failed, after that my my learnings became faster. So I used to you know I was very confident before that okay, I will take a very little time to learn things, to do things, and I used to prepare in the last moment. But after
Mhm.
that failure, what I learned was that I should start something in the very first moment when I got something. For example,
Mhm.
if you give me some task and let's say it is that I have 10 days, so I will not wait now for the 10th day. I will start from the first day, from that first moment itself. So that was a huge shift that I had after that failure. Okay.
That's tremendous. Yeah.
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 And
Strong.
I teach my children the same, that you should not wait for that. But I understand teaching doesn't work. Experiencing
Yes.
that.
Especially from parents.
Exactly. So, so if it is so important, Said, is it
Yeah.
really something to be feared of?
No, actually not at all. As a matter of fact, the success is built on multiples of failures. Any successful person you take, any successful organization you take, uh, even countries you take, they have failed at multiple stages in multiple ways, in multiple at levels. Uh, Only thing is that the volume of it or the intensity of it is different, but people fail. And the success is built in multiples of failures. Like if I have to talk about my own life, like you said, I have said multiple exams I have failed. So many entrance exams, so many things, and I failed. And best part is two experiences I can share here is that the first time that I had to do public speaking, first total disaster. Total disaster. Okay. So I'm on the stage and nothing is coming out of my mind. So after that, many times I tried by memorizing what I want to speak, and I thought that way I will do better. And those things were also failure. But nevertheless, now we are here, and I mean, so this is part of it. Similarly, when I started my career, the first sales call that I made was total disaster. Okay, it was total embarrassment, like you know. But then after years of sales calls, it made me something. I have grown up to become a country head in the same corporate world for one of the biggest companies in the region. So if I have to, if I focus only on what happened on the day one, that sales call went wrong, I could never reach there, right? So this is, I mean, we need to change our perspective. It's part of the process, and we need to see it that way. So it is not something to be afraid of. Rather, you have to take it as growth comes through failures. So it's part of the process. Take it that way, then things become easy for you, and you will see it. It will become a strong building block for you.
True. And somewhere, this thought came to my mind that your success, the scale of your success is actually in the proportion of the scale of your failures.
Yeah, possible.
Right?
Yeah. Because that which means you have tried.
Yes.
See, which means you have tried. That's it. If you
Yeah.
don't try, you get nothing. Yeah.
So if you are scaling bigger, that means you are moving ahead, you are growing.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
So I have another question for you. So now, somebody who feels that the failure has become a deterrent for his success. So what can a person do to avoid those failures?
Well, I want to. I mean, if the person is here, I could ask you, but I could ask him. But I want to say this. We need to remember that the first step that we took as a child, was it perfect? No. The first thing that we uttered from our mouth, was it perfect? No. The first time we tried to write our letter, was it perfect? No. The first time we tried to write a sentence, was it right? No. Okay. The first time we tried to speak some words, was it right? No. So you take it for granted that you're trying something, and when you're attempting to grow, you're attempting to become big, whatever you try, there will be challenges, and it is likely that it is not going to be perfect. It is not going to come the way you expect it to come. But persistently, when you keep trying that, you become good at it. Like your 10th one will be definitely better than the first one you did, right? And your 100th one may be the perfect one that you want. But you cannot get that 100th one unless you do the first one.
True.
Right? So this is what it is. You need to, stop expecting that all things will be always perfect and all things will be going right, or it should go right. No, failure is part of it. Take it as part of growing up. And whenever you attempt something, take it for granted that there will be challenges, and there will be, could be failures actually. I won't say there will be failures, but there could be failures. So another important thing to remember is that failure is not something permanent. Okay, you fail today doesn't mean you'll always fail. You have done something wrong today doesn't mean it will go wrong. When you keep trying it, you become better at it, and you'll achieve your best success, whatever it is. So it is a monster that you're carrying in your head. Okay, that's what you need to fix. You need a mind shift here. That's what it is.
So you brought a very important word here, mind shift. So my question here is that how can people shift from a failure mindset to a victory mindset?
Well, victory mindset is what one need to carry actually always, irrespective of what situation you are in. So it is your mindset that determines whether your failure has become a roadblock for you or a building block for you. Okay, if you see it as a monster, it will become a roadblock for you and you're stuck. But rather, if you see it as a process of learning, then it becomes a building block for you and you start growing, you start making most of what you have learned from that process. So, and trust me, the thing is, it's more of a monster that people carry in their mind. And they not only carry that in their mind, that let it grow and they let it take control of their mind so much that the failure blocks them completely and they stop growing. So if you permit me, maybe I can share few things that can help people get this mindset. And
Yeah, please go ahead.
It's an idea. So what's the big idea here?
Mhm.
So let's talk about the idea as an acronym. When it happens, tell yourself it's okay. It's okay to fail, because everybody fails. Everybody fails. Like, would you imagine somebody like Walt Disney was fired from his job for not being creative? Can you imagine that? Then later on, he goes on to build that empire of total creativity, total fascination, right? So this failure can happen to anybody. So when failure occurs to you, or when you're stuck with a failure, tell yourself it's okay. I mean, you're not something special. It happened to many people. It happened to you also. Second thing is D. D for don't spend too much time on that. Like, you started something and you failed. Don't sit and brood on that. Don't sit on that failure. Oh, why it happened to me? Why this always happens to me? Don't spend too much time on that. Instead, move on. Ask powerful questions to yourself. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? What can I learn from this experience, and how can I improve? That's it. Move on. And the third thing is A. Alter your approach. Always our approach is failure means something bad. Failure means something, that's it. That's the end of it. So alter this approach. See the failure as a feedback. When you failed means that experience has given you a lot of information that you didn't know before. That's an experience, right? So see it as a feedback. Like you were mentioning Edison. So if he has failed in nearly 1,000 times, he got to learn how it doesn't work. And finally, the thousandth time, he discovered that, yeah, this is how it works. That was all learning. And this thousandth time would not have come unless he tried that 999 times. So don't see it failure as end of it. And E for, and again, don't punish yourself when you fail. So exercise some compassion, some self-compassion. Speak to yourself kindly. Tell nice words to yourself. Okay, I tried. I learned this, and I can make most of it from this experience. I can move further. I can, next time when it comes, I will do better, right? Especially, these people who write this UPSC exams and all, maybe they fail first time, second time, but the successful people are those who write persistently and they don't give up, right? So speak that you can do that only when you speak to yourself kindly and when you see it as, okay, it's just an experience. And last but not the least, yes, S is for set focus on growth, not on the imperfection, not on the what went wrong. And don't try to be a perfectionist that you want everything right. Like I want to go somewhere and I want the road to be totally empty and road to be nicely laid out. Then only it is never going to happen. There will be traffic. Somebody can hit me from behind or side or anywhere. These all possibilities are there. With all those possibilities, I still have to put my step out and move forward. That's what it is. Focus on where you want to go. Don't focus on what can go wrong. So, I mean, this is what all successful people have done in their life, and this formula should work for anybody. And talk about, I mean, always talk to yourself about failure as a building block for success rather than a roadblock for your goal. That's, I mean, this is it. And this mindset of, I mean, just imagine in your mind, like you have, let's say, 5 failures. Instead of seeing these 5 failures as a failures, see these failures as steps. There's a staircase, and you're growing, you're climbing up, and the staircase you're climbing up on each step is some failure, and your goal is on the top, and you're working on those failures, and you're growing and becoming a better person. That's how it is.
So, thank you, Saeed, for answering in such an elaborated manner. And I am sure that people have got the ideas how they can move from a failure mindset to a victory mindset and be victorious in life. And they don't see the failure as a roadblock or a challenge, but rather a stepping stone to success, which it is called, right? And what it means, as rightly you gave an example, that look at it as a staircase, that however small step it may be, that failure may be, but it is taking you closer to your goal, right?
Yeah,
And you are a better person with every failure. All right.
definitely.
So thank you, Saeed, and thank you, everyone. I can see Adelsha, Lasania, Kiran, Shabnam. Thank you, everyone who has joined
Yeah.
the call. And if there is any question that you want to ask Saeed, we are here, and you can either come on video or you can just write the question in the window.
Yeah. Meanwhile, what I want to share in the end is that, see, fail. I mean, we all fail. So you are not different. And I tell you what, nobody on this earth is spared of failure. That includes prophets. They have all failed at some point or other in their life. Okay. So you're no different. So don't see failure as an end of it, but see failure as a new beginning. Okay. And yeah, with that said, thank you all for joining. And if there is and if people want to know more about it, and if people want to connect with us, they can always DM and reach out to us, so we can have a one-to-one session. Uh, we are ready to do that for free for you, so that you come out of your challenges in your life, and you see where you stand, and what biggest challenges you are facing, and how you can overcome. You can always discuss with us. Yeah, there is somebody, Dr. Sania, and some more people here for us. Thank you for joining. And if there is anything people want to ask, yes, we are here.
All right. I think we don't have any questions as of now. Uh, Thank you, everyone, for joining, and thank you, Saeed. And if you have any questions, you can DM any of us, and you can if there is any other questions, or you feel that you are stuck somewhere in some failure in life, in any area, whether it is relationship, whether it is health or professional life, just write any of us, and we'll get back to you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good time.
Bye.